Hello, Dr. Dailey here. I want to thank you for taking a moment to watch this video. My hope is that you'll join our program and that we can be a part of your weight loss success. On our last segment, we talked about food addictions. We mentioned that a food addiction is very similar to a drug addiction, whereas it invokes certain neurotransmitters in the reward center of your brain. So basically you feel good while you're eating the food or after you're eating the food, at least for a short period of time. Now, the second segment, we're going to consider food addictions in a little different light. Although the term addiction is often thrown around lightly, having the true addiction or a true addiction is very, very serious. I'm here to tell you that food addiction is the same as being addicted to drugs. Really, it's exactly the same in many, many ways. The symptoms and thought process are completely identical. It's just a different substance, and of course the social consequences aren't nearly as severe. Food addiction can cause physical harm. It leads to serious diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, arthritis, and depression, to name a few. But you have even bigger reasons to quit than some unfamiliar disease in your distant future, if you're not already attacked by those. Food addiction is also ruining your life here and now. It breaks down your self-esteem, makes you unhappy with your body, and really can turn your life into a living hell. The seriousness of being addicted to a food can't be overstated. This is a problem that ruins lives and kills people, literally. So let's talk about the law of addiction. The most important lesson that I've learned is called this law of addiction. Administration of a drug to an addict will cause the reestablishment of chemical dependence upon the addictive substance. A former smoker who has a puff of a cigarette will become addicted again instantly. An alcoholic who has a sip of beer or wine will relapse with all the horrible consequences that follow. There's no way of getting around it. This is simply how addiction works. Now, I'm personally convinced that food addiction is no different. One bite of a cake, one sip of a Coke, one cheat, that's all it takes. Of course, we all need to eat something, otherwise we'll die of starvation, but no one needs to eat sugar, refined wheat or flour, or any of the modern junk foods that people tend to lose control over. Most food addictions, or most food addicts, will never be able to eat junk food like regular American people. That's the cold, hard truth. If you do, you're going to be back in full-blown addiction where you have no control. But if you manage to avoid the triggered foods, then you should be able to eat healthy and lose weight without a problem. The truth is, complete abstinence is the only thing that reliably works against addiction. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you will recover. Although the everything in moderation message may work for some people, this advice is completely a disaster for a food addict or any other kind of addict. That's kind of like saying a crack addict can have crack or smoke crack cocaine over the weekend and hold down a full-time job. That doesn't happen for long. I've heard it said if you let the devil in the back seat, it won't be long before he wants to drive. And this is the truth when it comes to addictions. So when it comes to addictions, moderation fails every time. This is the simple but not easy solution to being addicted, avoiding the addictive substance at all times. Now, my hope is that you'll join our weight loss program, that I can play an important role in helping you reach your goals. But I will say, where this food addiction is concerned, we have some very, very effective supplements that actually stimulate the brain in some of the same ways that this addictive food does. So it helps you break the addiction. Of course, you break the addiction with the help of pharmaceutical grade supplements, and then in the long run you stay away from those particular foods that you're addicted to. we're going to conclude this in segment 3 on our next video. Thanks so much. God bless, and I wish you the very best of health.